Morning, everybody. Welcome to another stream. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Happy Saturday. Apologies for kind of a weird start of the stream. I had a delayed as well. I just had a couple things going on. I also didn't realize that the stream actually hadn't started. So I did the whole starting screen and stuff, and it didn't work. But that's fine. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. I'm gonna get the camera on. Hello, and we are going to get started today. We have a pretty easy flight actually. It's gonna be a quick IFR flight from Republic Airport in New York to Atlantic City. A pretty popular route done IRL as well. Charter stuff, all that. You know, people go down there to gamble. And it's a route I definitely plan on doing once I get my pilot's license, which isn't too long from now. And it'll be in a plane pretty similar to this, I hope. So let's get started. So this is the newest Comanche update. They just released this maybe, I don't know, 2 days ago, maybe even yesterday. I can't remember exactly. Very realistic, like I said. You know, I love this plane. We're gonna go to our walk around, and in the cockpit we're gonna get rid of the flight control lock. We're gonna get rid of the yoke as well. I don't need it. I already have a yoke on my desk. I can see the yoke. We do flaps full as well. We're gonna turn on the battery real quick. As you can see, we have full fuel in the main tanks and about half fuel in each auxiliary tank, which is all fine and good. We'll switch that back off. We're gonna go to the exterior. We're gonna check the flaps. Nothing's out of the ordinary. And we'll do the same over here with the aileron. Back and forth a little bit. Look at the rivets. Nothing's out of the ordinary. We'll check our tanks, which, as we can see, are pretty low. But we don't really need them at all today. We probably barely even need much from our main tanks. But I'll burn, I think for this flight, I will opt to burn out of the auxiliary tanks just to empty those out. We'll do a sump of the fuel. And the fuel is looking good. Check our landing light, everything looks good. Get rid of the tie down there. And we'll go over here. Look at our main tank fuel quantity. Plenty of fuel in the main tanks. Like I said, it should be full. We'll get rid of the chocks. And we will maybe not sump the fuel. There we go. Open up the access panel there. And sample it. It doesn't work. Hang on, I gotta go back. Hold up. I gotta go switch the fuel tanks to... Now it should work. I think that's how this works. Hang on, let's open up the panel again. There we go. Clear. And we'll close that back up. Okay. Propeller, brand new prop I put on this plane. It's like it's the Macaulay prop. It looks very nice. And it actually has a smoother sound in flight as well, I realized, so it's nice. Everything looks good with that. No clear damage. That looks a little effed up. I don't remember striking the prop, but that looks stricken. Yeah, no, that definitely doesn't look too hot, actually. All the blades have it. I mean, there's no real oddity in the blade. I'm going to go to the iPad in a second, and I will check that, though. Because I don't really know what the deal with that is at all. We'll check for oil here. I haven't flown this plane in like 2 months. I think the last time I flew this plane, we were actually streaming. And that's been a hot minute since we've flown this plane on stream. We have about 10 quarts of oil. That is well within limits. I will now go to the other tank. Check to make sure that it has fuel, which there's no reason it shouldn't. It does. Okay, close that up. Get rid of the chocks. We'll go exterior. Part of the wing here. We'll get rid of the covers and the tie down there. Part of the wing looks good. Got a stroke saying that. Light looks good. We'll check the tanks now. Open that up. There we go. Look inside. Not too much of it, but still enough probably to get us to Atlantic City. We'll go sump the fuel. Looks good. Check the aileron. No weird things or oddities it should be aware of. Flaps, same sort of thing. Rear section of the aircraft. No damage or anything that would be obvious. The antennas look good. Registration looks good. Vent looks good. Get rid of that tie down. And we will check the elevator. I'm just going to move it up and down a little bit. Perfect. Looks great. We'll go here. Baggage and rear section of the tail looks good. baggage. I'm not going to put any of that in the aircraft. It's going to just screw us up. I'm going to go real quick and make sure I have the GA thing enabled for my yoke, because that will allow me to control the mixture and all that. GA, cool. Awesome. So now we can get started here. I'm going to go ahead and go to the checklist. For it to start, pre-flight is complete. We're departing to the west. We're going to overfly JFK, and we're going to continue on to Atlantic City, which is a real route. You can actually overfly JFK IRL. That's pretty nice. Other things I need to check here. Runway in use, which appears to be runway 01, which barely happens, but that's pretty cool. Passengers are briefed. We're going to go ahead and load that up now. We're going to have 4 passengers today. Set the weights accurately. And there we go. Fuel, I'm not going to change. It's all good. Our takeoff weight is going to be 2,767 pounds. Well within limits. I'm going to go ahead and do an inspection on the battery, which is dead, of course. This is the MT propeller, sorry, not the Macaulay. The Macaulay is when the plane comes with default. Engine, inspect. It looks beautiful. I'm not going to overhaul anything. Yeah, battery low voltage. We'll get that charged up, but just hopefully we have enough to get going. We'll go back to checklist here. Seatbelts are secure. Control lock is removed. Parking brake is... Where the hell is it? There it is. It's set. Gear switch is down and confirmed. Flaps are up. Radios are off. Autopilot master is off. Avionics master is off. All electrical switches are off. Circuit breakers are in. Rotating beacon on. And circuit breakers, where the hell are those in this plane? I always forget what those are. I'll just assume they're all in, it's fine. Just make sure no DPE looks at the street. Engine start, fuel selectors desired, tank. We're going to burn off the tip tanks for the first portion of today's flight, because there are only 3 gallons in there. I thought there was a little bit more, but I am mistaken. So we go, mixture's rich, throttle is cracked, prop is full forward, or none of the above. Oh, it's just not plugged in. I'm stupid. Okay, cool. Throttle's cracked forward a bit. Carpeet's off, master switch on. There we go, you guys should be able to hear everything just fine. Let me know if you can't. Cool. Fuel pump on. Check for fuel pressure, wait for that to rise. There we go. Primer. Three. Cool, let's get some fuel into the engine for us. Mags are set to full. Prop area clear, I'm not going to shout. Starter engaged, so I'll go ahead and get things going. I hit the starter. Oh boy, she's locked up today. Wow. That's impressive, actually. Ah. Alright. Oil pressure's checked. Everything is good. We're going to lean the mixture like I just did. Windows are a little bit foggy, but that'll rectify itself. My FPS is really bad, though. I don't know what the deal with that is. Okay, transponder as required. I'll get this all set up now. I'm like a little bit, I feel like I'm a little bit too far back in this plane. Do I need to sit farther forward? No, I'm good. I feel like normally I'd be sitting here. I don't know why my FPS is so bad, though. just suddenly started being like that now. So, transponder, radios, we can get all that on now. Avionics master. Give it a second. There we go. Everything is on. I'm gonna go... No flight plan, I got it. I'm gonna go set origin. Okay, FRG. Not GG, just G. Destination ACY. En route waypoint's going to be JFK. Then Dixie. It's gonna be one closest to us, 50.9 miles. En route, actually I'm gonna go load airway, and I'm gonna take the Victor 1 to Cressy, which should load momentarily. There we go. There it is. Cressy, load. Altitude checked. Alright, I'm gonna go procedures, departure, Republic 1, runway 1, load departure, and arrival. Load procedure, they are presumably using runway, I think it's I'll take the RNAV 22 if they have it. Yeah, they do. I don't know if I want to go via that waypoint. I prefer to just go directly into Copsey, but I'll load approach and I can't remove it, can I? It's alright, I'll just go direct to it when the time comes. Map, we got our transponder all set up. We'll set that to GPS. We'll set 122.8. And what's the cabin temperature right now, does it say? 51 degrees, so I'm gonna try and change that defroster. Warm things up. And taxi, everything else is set. Altimeter, heading indicator, landing gear lamp, nav lights as required. I'll get those on. And the parking brake release. Brakes on initial roll, all that we'll check. There's brakes. Taxi runway 01. And public traffic, Comanche 7721 Papa, taxi runway 01 Republic. No ATC today, at least at the moment. Oh boy, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. See if I can get my headphones on in the sim at least. There we go. Now it's survivable. Green light, what's up, man? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I love this plane, dude. You're damn right. Morning, man. Hopefully you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, dude, I love this plane. They did such a great job. And wait till when they come out with the Cherokee, you'll never see me in another plane again. I fly this thing everywhere. Alright, we're gonna go Bravo 6. I'm gonna do the run-up real quick. Where the hell do I do the run-up? Hey, there's nobody here. I'll just do it on the taxiway. The wind is currently 10 at a 11, so it's directly down the runway. So I'm gonna go down here, and I'm just gonna swing. The Comanche Twin, yeah, that's a cool plane. Go parking brake. I love the Comanche Twin. Alright, we're gonna go run up, positions in the wind, brakes are held. Fuel quantity, check. That's all good. Mixture, full rich, prop is full forward, throttle 2000 RPM. We'll set that now. Come on, a little more. There we go, there's 2000. Engine instruments are all good. Everything is good and how I like it to be. Magnetos check, we'll check the drop. There's the RPM drop, we'll go back up to 2000. And there's the drop to the right magneto. And back up to both, 2000 RPM. Prop will cycle. And we'll cycle again. And we'll cycle one more time. And back up to 1800 to check for stable operation. Nope, too much. Hold up. A little more. A little more. Little more. 1800. Everything is stable at 1800. I'll go back to full. We'll go carb heat, pull that out. There's the RPM drop that you would expect. And before takeoff, we'll go throttle back to idle. Well, not idle. Well, actually, we'll go idle first. Check for it to get all the way down to 600 RPM. Just about there. I'll go back up to 1000. Cool. Elevator trim is neutral. I will check that now. Neutral. We have rudder trim. We don't need to do that. Door is latched and closed. Let's see. Fuel selectors are going to be on the auxiliary tanks until we reach our cruise altitude. Fuel pump on. Mixture's full rich. Prop full forward. Carb heat is off. Engine gauges are all in the green. Heat heat not required. Strobes on and landing lights as required. And all that is good. I will go ahead now and get my landing and strobe lights on. Public traffic, Comanche 7721 Pop is departing runway 01, left turn, direct JFK, public. Parker brakes out. We'll line up here. Perfect. And we'll advance to takeoff power. Takeoff power is set, engine instruments are in the green. Airspeed is alive. 85, rotate. A little sensitive. It's alright, positive rate. Gear up, end of usable runway. We'll pitch for about 125. spoilers. 700 AGL. Make the left turn. Still pitching for 125 knots. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Had to take a phone call. Still climbing. We're direct JFK right now. We'll go back to climb power, which is 24 inches. 2400 RPM and 24 inches manifold. Just give it a little break here. Don't want to go overheating anything. We'll get the autopilot master on. We'll let that all warm up. Still climbing out pretty stable here, actually. We'll go to climb checklist. Fuel pump is off. Power 24 and 24. We're checking the cylinder head temperature, and we're going to lean the mixture as required. We're just going to keep it full rich until 6,000. And then I'll lean it to peak. We're IFR, so no Bravo clearance or anything. We don't even have ATC, but I wouldn't have to request Bravo clearance if this was a fully staffed flight. I just like to think of things that way. I also kind of plan my flight out. I'm gonna pull some carb heat out here. It'll take away our horsepower, but it'll keep the engine from icing up, which tends to be what happens. What's our cabin temperature right now? 60 degrees, nice. Wait, between the defroster and all that, we're definitely a little short on climb performance. But it's okay. We'll get the gear switch to off. Just flying direct JFK right now. Oh, it's frozen. Yeah, that's what happens when it loads in INI JFK. Sometimes it freezes a bit. Interpublic traffic, Comanche 772 on Papa's leaving the airspace to the west, flying over JFK at 6,000. Final call, Republic. I like to include the JFK parts that any aircraft would know, but I'm there. Because sometimes I'd get in the way of their departures, especially if they climb steep enough. Alright, 1,000 feet to go. We'll get that track on high accuracy, and we're gonna go direct to JFK. Enter, activate, back to the left. And I don't really, this autopilot's pretty bad, so I'm just gonna go to controls and I'll hit altitude once we get to 6,000. I really wish they put a better autopilot in these planes, but there's nothing I can do. How are we doing fuel-wise? We're pretty much burnt out on the tanks. As soon as we get to 6,000, I'll switch to the main tanks. I mean, we're burning a lot of fuel. We're burning 21.2 gallons per hour. So. Very nice looking plane though. I love this plane. Alright. There's 6,000. How are we doing on fuel right now? Yeah, that's all I want to do, I think. We'll switch to the main tanks. Get our cruise power up here. I don't do that. Alright, we're gonna go Rich of Peak. I'm gonna bring the power, sorry, the mixture back. You see our horsepower is increasing. Two is our richest cylinder. Keep leaning it back. Cool. There's cruise. And we'll bump the power back to 2,400 RPM, 24 and 24. And we're cruising really fast, actually. We're moving. Landing lights can be switched off.
Kennedy traffic, American 04, crossing runway 4 left, FHO left, or truck Zulu on runway 200.
Checklist, there we go. Cruise, throttle set, prop is set, mixture's lean, fuel pump is off, fuel pressure is good, engine gauges are green, green, and green. We'll set that to the approach checklist, and there we go. We'll be in Atlantic City at this speed in 30 minutes. And that'll actually increase once we get rid of this headwind. Why am I turning left? Oh, I see what it's doing. Maybe I can use the built-in autopilot on this thing. Or it just won't work. Okay, that too. It's supposed to be turning left. Direct Dixie. Guess we're not doing that. Oh, wait. There we go. Now we're moving. What age did I start my training? What stage am I at in my training? I am about to take my written test. I just finished ground school. And I'm about to take my written test in about a week. And then after that, I have to get my medical, and then I can solo. So really, I'm only a few months away. I really could just be a few weeks away, but I don't really have the time. I have to complete a few more flights, just in terms of hours. I have to finish my unusual attitude training and instrument foggle training, stuff like that. And, you know, that takes a bit of time.
Kennedy traffic, American 104 lining up and taking off, runway 31 left, Kennedy traffic.
But have I ever flown X-Plane 12? I have. I've flown a couple flights in it. It's alright. I would like to see a few more improvements. The stability is pretty bad. You know, I've had a lot of CTDs, and that's why I don't really want to fly it on stream. Because I don't really want a sim crash on stream, you know? I mean, to be fair, I did have a sim crash in MSFS not too long ago, but you never know. Beautiful day to be flying today. Here's New York City off to the right of the aircraft there. And there's Kennedy Airport behind us. Got about 26 minutes left of the flight at this stage. So after Cressy, I'm gonna go direct. Let me figure this out. I'm gonna go pan on the GPS. I love the GPS, it's my favorite. And we're gonna go down and look at our route here. Oh, nope. Yeah, that's a little broken. So from Cressy, I wanna go. I could just go direct to Copsey right now. We could be there faster. I'm gonna do that. There's no ATC, so I'm gonna go direct KOPCE. And now we'll be direct to our approach point there. Cool. We'll zoom out. It's stable, yeah. I mean, I've done a few flights in it. I would like to stream it, maybe next stream or the stream after. Just with the amount of new planes coming out in Microsoft Flight Sim right now, I do want to stay in this for a little while. You know, I mean, we have the Citation X, which I'm very excited about. You know, when I heard about that, I got super excited. And once that comes out, I'm gonna do a few flights now. Cause you guys know I also have that CJ4 that I've personally edited, and I'm gonna replace that with the Citation X once that releases. But I want to get into flying that. Obviously, when the Phoenix IAE drops, I will be in the IAE for months and months and months, and I'll be doing a ton of flying in that on stream. Let's see what else. Right, there's the PMDG 777 coming out as well. So once all those things come out, I think we'll get back into X-Plane, but I need to get those things flown first. And obviously we do have the FSS E190 as well, which is pretty good. I just picked it up this morning before I started the stream, and I haven't really loaded into it yet, but I'm definitely going to check that out. Drew Stone, good morning, man. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. Hopefully you're doing well. Happy Saturday, man. So we're almost at 500 subscribers, guys. I don't know if you guys knew, but we are only 2 subscribers away from 500, and the YouTube Shorts are helping us a lot. You know, I don't know if you guys have seen the YouTube Shorts, but they work very well with views and stuff, and you guys definitely do seem to enjoy those. The uploads have also been getting traction as well. You know, a couple hundred views on each of my IRL uploads. I'm gonna get one out later today. The new stream thumbnails also seem to be getting pretty popular with the font that I use, so I'm glad you guys like those. And once we get to 500 subscribers, I'll have some pretty cool surprises. Like I talked about last stream, I do have a couple more criteria related things to meet before I can get paid memberships and things out. and I don't really know if I'm going to be looking to do that right away. But if I can, and once that happens, I'm definitely going to get things set up. Like I said, though, I don't really have a solidified plan for those yet. Once I do, I will let everybody know. But, like, you know, not everything's all set up yet. This plane also just got an update maybe a day ago. I think I said it earlier in the stream, but they removed a couple weird sound bugs that I definitely did notice. There were some clicking noises that I'm very glad were removed. You know, just things like that that really weren't super helpful. And I do have a flight vlog in the works for you guys. It's progressing pretty well. I'm using not DaVinci Resolve, but yeah, sorry, I am using DaVinci Resolve. I was going to use Adobe, but DaVinci Resolve just seemed better, and it's less expensive. And by that I mean free, obviously. But once I get all that set up, I'll release it. It's going to take me a hot minute to edit it. I know I said earlier this year I was going to get all those things set up, but things just really didn't work out for me in that regard. And now I actually have some good footage. I have a new GoPro that I've been using to get video. I have video. All things like that that are going to make this happen pretty soon. So a couple of features on this plane. So like I said, we have a defroster. And you can see the cabin temperature. Oh. There we go. It's about 60 degrees in here, so it's not too warm. I want to see if maybe I can fix that. Let me get rid of this yoke. Defroster's on. Cabin vent I don't want. That would make it very cold in here. But I have a little bit of carb heat just to keep the engine warm. Because this plane simulates carb icing. A little bit too exaggeratedly. So, you know, like even in the slightest cold temperatures, it could be nice like this, and the carb will start icing up, and I'll lose engine power very quickly. I don't really want that. Really good airspeed today, though. We're going almost 170 knots. True airspeed would probably be not too much different from this. It's pretty low. True airspeed might be like 175 right now, maybe. High pressure today. I got a little bit of a tailwind, kind of like a quartering tailwind, which is helping our speed a bit. About 20 minutes left of this flight. I do like these short streams a bit better. I feel like they're a bit more engaging than like a 2 or 3 hour stream. This is what I used to do. I used to do like 1 to 2 hour streams on Saturdays, and that was the best. We'll inspect everything. Battery is nice and charged up now. I was worried it was going to start, but I had just enough to get things going, which is good. Engine analyzer. This looks very good. You can see the bright orange is usually what I try to aim for in terms of cylinder head temperature and things like that. The engine is working just as hard as I would expect it to be. And the electric system is obviously good. We have the alternator charging. Let's see. Fuel, we burnt out the tip tanks, like I said. We got all the rest of the fuel out of those. I didn't add baggage, did I? Okay, 50 pounds of baggage. You saw nothing. You remember nothing. I can't turn on persistence by livery. I don't know why, but it doesn't really work. You see, there's a couple very, very nice GPS options here. The only thing is that I use this GPS for everything because I bought the premium version of the GTN 750, and it is just amazing. And you know, I use this for the TBM, my TBM I have as well. I have 3 airplanes in the sim that are like personalized for me. I have this, I have the TBM 850, and I have the Citation CJ4. And the TBM 850 has a very similar setup with the GPS. I have a GPS and a standby comm unit. And the TBM also has a big enough cockpit where it also has a GNS 530 next to it as backup. And it's a very well developed plane. And you know, I was thinking about just replacing this plane altogether with the TBM, but I don't really know yet. I might just get rid of this plane and get a TBM. Well, I do like this plane a lot. So I don't know. I do like the TBM as well. So maybe just to keep both. But the one I'm really excited for, like I said, is the Citation X, and that was just announced maybe about 2 days ago. I'll show up some pictures. And it's a secret product, but it is very evidently this Citation X. And you guys can see that on screen now. So you see here the Citation X cockpit. Second. Cool. But yeah, you guys can see it looks really, really good. Super promising with the cockpit textures and everything. Look at how good that looks. I mean, that's awesome. And this plane is very fast, Mach 0.935. Assuming, because they could have done two things. I don't know if they modeled the winglets or not, but if they modeled the winglet option on this plane, it makes the Mach maximum 0.935 and the ceiling 51,000 feet, which it always is, but it actually allows this aircraft to reach that ceiling in higher payload conditions, so I can actually fly really high. And, you know, it's really nice to fly 51,000 feet because if there's really high headwinds at like 30 or 40,000 feet, 51,000 feet, I guarantee you the winds will be completely different. So that's a big benefit. And you see, just look how good this is. And they've already, this developer is a trusted developer. I trust them. They have already made the Vision Jet, which is one of the nicest private jet add-ons in MSFS. So, yeah. Mm, 166 knots over the ground, burning 15 gallons per hour. Really isn't too bad for speed. It's a very efficient plane. Like I said, I mean, I love this plane. We already kind of, we all joke about this, but I love this plane. It's great. It's awesome. It's one of my most loved GA add-ons ever. And A2A does such a good job with their planes, so it makes it even more fun. We're going to descend at, I think, maybe not at Dixie. Sorry, not at wherever the hell we're going. But, like, maybe 20 miles out, I'll start my descent. Because we're going pretty fast. We're training. Do I fly out of Islip or Farmingdale? I do Farmingdale, but I'm in and out of Islip all the time as well. So it's kind of a little bit of both airports, you know? Yeah, it's a little bit of both airports, it's true. It kind of depends, but... This is really fast. I mean, it's crazy because, like, look, this is the Garden State Parkway down here, right? I've driven down this entire parkway, not even too long ago. And if we had been driving IRL, we would not have even left Long Island yet. And meanwhile, in the sim, I'm already more than halfway to Atlantic City, and I'll be in Atlantic City. Like, this thing, I'd be in Atlantic City before most people would even be able to get off of Long Island because of the traffic. And sure, it's a little bit more money to pay for the fuel, but we didn't really burn that much fuel on this flight. I mean, maybe like 10 gallons for this whole flight, and that's nothing. See, Skyvector says I'll burn 10 gallons in this flight. Like, that really is nothing. mean, I do use a higher cruise setting than most people, but still. Very nice looking plane too. Still on the Belt Parkway. Yeah, the Belt Parkway sucks, man. The Belt Parkway sucks. It's like the worst parkway in all of New York. There's never not any traffic there. It's just a guaranteed fact. What's great about this plane too is, you know, if I could take this actually on certain wind conditions. I found out that this plane would actually be able to fly with the tip tanks full all the way to Miami direct. It would take, you know, minimum reserve fuel and things like that, but if I climbed up to like 15,000 feet and leaned the mixture back, we would make it to Miami direct in under 7 hours. And by 7 hours, I bet you wouldn't even be passing Washington, D.C. You know? Maybe you'd be passing Washington, D.C. just barely, but still. So we have the RNAV set up. It's really just, I'm just gonna do a visual, but that's kind of like a guide. Clear skies all along the entire flight today. System I could do, the ton you could do, and I don't know if I've updated this in a little while, but I'll have to see if I could check for updates. I should have done that before stream. That's my fault. But still. I think for the next stream, I'm gonna do the FSS E190 and the JetBlue, because you guys know I fly the JetBlue E190 IRL all the time. I have like maybe 20 videos of it on YouTube already, and I think the next one I'm gonna upload is actually on a JetBlue E190. I have to see what my upload schedule is, because I have a list of videos that I plan on uploading in chronological order. Still pretty cold in the cabin. There's no heater, so you kind of just have to take what you can get, which isn't much. There's no add-on scenery for Atlantic City, unfortunately. Well, there is one, but it was so bad I said I'm not going to get it. But I do have the city skyline, so if we look on arrival, you'll see some nice buildings off to the left side of the aircraft. And we're going to taxi all the way to the GA ramp. I don't really know where the GA ramp is at Atlantic City. I think I found it here. I just need a place with a solid FBO to park. Yeah, that seems to be here. Atlantic City is a fighter squadron. I didn't realize that. They have a bunch of F-16s there. That's cool. So we'll land on runway 22, and I'll make a left onto, I guess, Bravo, and a right on Papa. Left November into the ramp, or I can go all the way down to Delta, depends. If I land early, I'll make the exit on Bravo. If not, I'll just roll it down. Just keep hitting the B key for altimeter on these flights, because, you know, if you wait too long and hit the B key, your altitude's going to shift by like 5,000 feet. Well, 500 feet, really. But then that wouldn't be good. The pressure's really high, though. It's like 3044 right now. It's a beautiful day outside. It's just cold. Very cold. Well, not very cold. It's like 55 right now outside. Yeah. Alright, we're getting actually pretty close now. I might need to start my descent soon. It says I have 27 miles, so maybe about 2 or 3 minutes and we'll start descending. So to do that, I'm just going to turn altitude hold mode off, and I'm just going to back the power out, and the plane will descend on its own. It's like the plane's flight level change mode is built into the actual aerodynamics of the plane, so you really don't have to touch anything. And I'll show you what I mean once we get to descending. We're hauling ass though. You can see our speed over the ground is still moving very fast. Nice coastline off to the left side there. But yeah, next stream, I'm hoping the 500 subscriber special is what this next stream will be. Whether or not that's actually true, I don't know yet. But if it is the 500 subscriber special next stream, we'll have a giveaway or two. And I'll plan on definitely doing somewhat of a long haul. Maybe something cool. I'll have to think about it. Or 3, maybe, or 3. That'd be cool. If it's a long haul, we might have to do a couple. But I have a kind of a new strategy. I'm trying to think about, because obviously, you know how people just show up only for the giveaway. So if I can figure out how to get people there the entire flight, and really, I think the way I did it, last year when I did these giveaways more often was, I just said there's going to be a random interval during the flight where I'm going to decide that the giveaway is going to happen. And I can't tell people when it's going to happen. And, maybe I could base it off of the amount of subscribers or likes that the stream has. But, like, maybe at 10 likes I'll do one giveaway, 15 I'll do another, 20 I'll do another. Something like that. Or we'll see. Maybe it'll be more likes than that. We'll see what happens. But that's not a bad plan. I think we'll have to do that. Alright, what's our distance from the airport? 17 miles. Okay, we have to start descending now. So I'm going to turn the altitude hold mode off under controls. And I'm just going to back the power back. And watch the magic. Sometimes you can use the trim to help you a little bit, if you need it. And it's just it's doing its own thing. We're going to slowly bring our mixture back to full rich, just slowly. So like every 500 feet I push it forward maybe about 10%. There's Atlantic City right there. There's the airport. Atlantic City traffic. Comanche 7721 Papa is 15 miles to the north, descending through 4,700 feet. Is inbound for the visual runway 22 Atlantic City. At this point, I would honestly cancel my IFR, pick up the ATIS, and just contact Atlantic City Approach, and just tell them I'm VFR inbound, looking to land runway 22, full stop. That's what I do IRL. Make things a little bit more fun than boring IFR on a beautiful day like this. This is a great VFR day. I just didn't want to do the flight VFR because IRL would be a ton of steps I'd have to follow, and I'd just do IFR. So I had to do Bravo clearance and all that because everybody and their mom is probably out flying today. I've already heard a ton of planes around my house. We should start making a left turn pretty soon. I hope. Oh crap, I didn't mean to do that. Oh crap. Hang on. Autopilot off. I'm just gonna fly direct to the runway. Because IRL, we'll say I canceled my IFR. We're gonna go squawk VFR. And I'm gonna fly visual to the runway now. And I'm gonna do a dogleg approach for runway 22. Landing lights are on, fuel pump is on. Mixture is now full rich. Everything else here is good. Carpet, we'll switch that off now. If you guys want to make a landing rate guess, right now would be the time to do it. I remember going over that bridge. 109, that's a good guess. Today it might actually be a 109. Last week was an exception. Last week was bad. Alright, power back. Slow down now. Bring the prop back and that'll help us slow down a bit. This is our airspeed bleeding off. We can look at our maximum gear extension speed. I don't know if it actually says it anywhere. Max gear down speed 150 miles per hour. So have to slow down maybe another 10 miles per hour to do that. We'll go side slip as well. That should help us slow down a bit. And there's gear down. We can cancel out the side slip now. Side slip is full right rudder and full left aileron, by the way. If you guys are ever high on approach in a GA plane, do that and pitch the nose down. You'll realize how quickly you'll slow down. We're approaching at like airliner speed right now. But that's okay. A cool screenshot. How to get that, sorry. And there's the white arc. We'll go a little bit slower. I don't want to put too much stress on the airframe. There we go. We can go flaps 10 now. That should help us solidify our speed. We'll go prop full forward, mixtures full rich. And I'll just use my throttle now to keep us... The yoke is a bit sensitive. We'll go flap 25 now. We're in a GA plane, like I said, side slip is the move. I've used it IRL a ton of times. And it's one of the most famous maneuvers. Winds aren't too strong right now, only about 7 knots. Straight down this runway as well. I kind of got lucky with that. Or not straight down this runway, but you know what I mean. We have a little bit of a tailwind right now, I think, but it's such a minuscule amount of wind that it doesn't really matter, so I figured I'd just land from the north. We'll go flap full now. I don't know why it's so sensitive. It's just a GA plane kind of thing in MSFS. And I always said I'd approach at like 100 knots, that's what the plane says, but approaching at 100 knots is ridiculous. I like approaching at like 80 to 90. You know, you can actually touch down without floating half the runway. I'm gonna try to butter this even though the yoke is so sensitive. We're gonna roll down the whole runway, I think. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna brake. See, why is it like this? I don't get it. See why it like just kind of jerks up and down like that? There we go. That's a landing, but like, you see what I mean? It does this stupid thing where it's second. Yeah, I don't get what that's about. And the sensitivity's tweaked as well. Trust me, I've tweaked the sensitivity. It's a negative 80 still, so that was good. We probably almost had a tail strike. I doubt we had one, but we probably were pretty close to it. Still a pretty good landing, -80. Just, I don't know what the deal with the, yeah, you see, like, just the slightest bit of aileron makes that much of a change. That's a ridiculous change. And I'm gonna try to do good habits, and I'm not gonna manipulate any switches in the cockpit until we're clear of the runway and done with the landing rollout. Ooh. Landing lights are off, nav lights are off, fuel pump is off, mixture's leaned out. For taxi, strobes are off as well. It's pretty good default scenery, actually. I've seen worse. And Atlantic City traffic. Comanche 7721 Papa's clear of the active Atlantic City. Perfect landing. Wheel flap clean. I don't know where the hell I'm gonna be able to park. Let's see where that is. Just show me the spot. Oh, that's a good spot. What was that, ramp 5? Where do I taxi to get there? I gotta make a left there. I can go up one more. This is a taxiway Lima, it says on the chart. I don't know why it's not reflected in the false scenery, but this is the taxiway, I can tell you that. It's taxiway Lima. Alright, we have to look for the ground equipment, and once we see ground equipment, we'll know where we have to park. Yeah, I don't really see anything. We'll just park somewhere that looks reasonable. Yeah, the false scenery might be a bit outdated, because clearly that's a taxiway. But I've had that happen to me a couple times. Oh, I think I see our marshaller. Oh yeah, look at that. I found our gate. Or stand, I should say. Nav lights are off. Cool. Transponder to standby. Let me get my sim volume up so you guys can hear the shutdown and all that. Okay, a little more. Cool. Okay. And wait for her to give the cut down. Yeah, okay. I'll keep going, maybe? Is this what that means? I don't know, I'm gonna shut it down here. She's doing whatever the hell she wants to do. Cool. Go 1,000 RPM. Left. Right. And cut down. Okay, cut off, sorry. Shut down. Mixture is cut. Prop is cut. Throttle's cut. Key is off. Rotating beak is off. Radio's off. We'll get the defroster back in here. Oh, why can't I put it? There we go. Come on. Cool. Headphones out. Battery mass is off. Welcome to Atlantic City, everybody. Thank you all for joining me today. I do appreciate it very much. I know this was a bit of a shorter flight, but I still had a great time. I do enjoy these types of flights. And I do look forward to doing one again pretty soon. I think next week we'll be live again on Saturday. I might do a stream before that, actually, because Saturday is kind of getting close to the Christmas time sort of thing. But I will absolutely plan on doing something towards that, general time frame. My exams finish this Wednesday, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully something before then I can get going. But thank you guys so much for liking, subscribing, all that stuff, for joining. Drew, green light, good to have you guys in the stream today. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. Peace out, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out, guys.